Hello, welcome to the Brayden, Ben, and Gustavo podcast. I am Brayden,
I'm Ben.
I'm Gustavo.
and today we are going to be talking about three movies. And Ben, if you do not interrupt me, we can start talking about the three movies. Ben, what are the three movies?
In order of release, it's Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean, The Adventures of the Desert, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, and Tokyo Godfathers.
And Gustavo, we picked these three movies because they all share a common theme. What is the common theme?
They're all movies.
Correct! No, you nailed it! You nailed it! Congratulations!
Okay, they all tackle issues around trans people, and as we are three cis men, we are the perfect audience to be talking about this.
Yeah, these movies
That's
are made
true.
for us.
Anyways, let's start with the movie that was first released. Come Back to the Five and Dime, Jimmy Dean. I'm just gonna say
I think it was the worst one. I think it was the worst one out of these three.
I thought the ending. I think the ending was insane.
I think the ending was also insane.
I had high expectations for it because it's made by Robert Altman and he's a filmmaker that I really love. But it didn't move me as much as like some of his other movies that I've seen, like Nashville.
Images is pretty good. Have you seen Images?
I've not seen Images.
It's more similar to that. It's a smaller scope film, and I feel like that's why I was able to, because you had an idea of what it was going to be like when you went into it, and I feel like
I know like Altman, he likes big casts and he likes overlapping like the dialogue and stuff like that, and usually like in his films he has like characters that are just immediately likable, but I personally couldn't really connect to any of the characters in Come Back to the Five and Dime. I liked the device that they use, like with like the mirror and stuff like that, like having that be like a flashback sort of thing, showing like where the characters were like 20 years prior compared to where they are now, and like revealing things about the characters and their dynamics. I thought that was cool, but yeah, I just wasn't really invested too much into it.
I feel like we should talk about the plot before we go any further. And so it's a story about this group of people, part of the James Dean fan club.
Group of women.
Yes,
That's
group of women.
Important bit.
Yeah. And I feel like you guys are going to be able to do a better job explaining the plot than I am, because the ending stuck in my mind, like, just because of how bonkers it was, but the flashbacks happen, I think, 20 years prior. The characters, don't remember any of their names, but
I mean, that just goes to show, though, that, like, I feel like the film didn't tackle the ensemble so well, because you do kind of just forget all their names.
I remember Cher was Sissy. She was Sissy.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
There was Mona.
And Mona is the worst person in the movie.
Like, yeah, she's like
pretty
she's just a fucking bitch. Like,
oh,
I hate to use a slur like that, but
yeah.
in your personal opinion,
not the piece of the podcast, just you.
Honestly, if you watch the movie, it's hard to disagree.
We all think she's a bitch. We all think she's a bitch. We can all agree.
I mean,
can all agree.
She's a terrible human being. Like, and it's like evil. It's like just pure evil.
And then there's I'm looking at the cast order on Letterboxd here. Then there's Joanne.
That's the trans woman.
Yes.
Yes.
Then there's the I think that's the convenience store owner. Whatever. There's a.
She's also not a good person, but
I feel like
she's like old and crotchety.
There are really only three characters that matter in the movie, and that's Sissy, Mona, and Joanna. That's it. The whole cast.
So like,
but
Joanne.
I mean, Kathy Bates was in it. That was cool.
Yeah, but All right. So the main plot is that there's a guy named Jimmy Dean who is supposedly the son of James Dean, but he's not. He's
What?
actually.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
You didn't
I
understand the plot of the movie?
I was kind of lost a little bit because
You thought they were
I
like
don't think the
calling
movie did a
up to
very
like the ghost of like Jimmy Dean?
because I just missed him so much.
No. Mona.
I didn't realize that until the end. I didn't realize that until the end, and then
No.
everything kind of like pieced together.
I figured out pretty early on that Joanna was the father of Jimmy Dean. It was pretty obvious, just from how like things were set up.
They made it obvious by like the middle portions of the movie that it was like that was
Yeah.
how it was.
And Mona was just delusional, very delusional. She's a very delusional.
Because like that was before like Joanna like transitioned too, so it wasn't because of that. It was literally just because she was completely delusional.
Yes, which I mean makes sense considering the fact that spoilers. Jimmy, she kept saying that Jimmy Dean had a mental disability and he didn't, which was just
That's
crazy.
so stuck up when you said spoilers for a movie that's like 43 years old.
That movie's 40 years old, and it's like we're talking about the movies. Like,
spoilers.
we should have said spoiler alert at the start. We should have said spoiler alert at the start.
Yeah,
Okay,
we should
spoiler.
make it.
Going forward, spoilers for all
alert,
of these
yeah.
movies.
And so those are the two main things. Also, I feel like we don't really touch on the fact that like Sissy. So she has breast cancer, right?
Does she?
Well, she had breast cancer, so she had to get her breast removed, and that's why her husband left her.
Oh yeah.
What?
You missed that?
Wait, I actually did miss that. What the hell?
I remember she was talking about getting her breast removed, but I didn't remember.
Yeah, her husband left her and went to Las Vegas, where he ran into Joanne, who...
Oh, yeah. No, it's coming back. It's coming back.
He ran into Joanne, and Joanne, before she transitioned, she dressed up as a woman, and...
Oh, now I kind of remember this.
That's why he got beat up by... The movie is like... You blink and you miss something. Like, if you don't pay attention to the movie, there's some stuff that just goes like, right over your head.
I paid attention to a good part of it. It's just that, like, things get so wild and so, like, out of left field that, like, it feels like it doesn't make sense as a full-on narrative.
It doesn't, like, mesh together very well.
The problem is, it's a movie that is told in flashbacks, but it would have made so much more sense if they just told it in chronological order, because it would have made so, like, sure.
But the fact that it is told via, like, past flashbacks
makes it cooler.
It makes it more interesting.
And also,
I think that's the idea. The idea is that it's supposed to be more engaging.
Yeah, and I feel like we're supposed to look at it as like, these are the memories that these people are having in the moment.
Yeah.
They're looking back, and they only have one set. So it's hard to...
Yep.
This movie was like, I think the lowest budget of all the movies that we watched.
And it was also, like, adapted from a play. So the fact that it's, like, all in one set, like, that makes sense.
Yeah. The fact that it's, like, good, considering it was, like, adapted by a play, is, like, kind of crazy.
And it's also...
What?
There
are like, plenty of
like, I hate plays
good
because there's no music, so...
You were an actor.
Yeah, but I didn't like doing the plays.
He did the musicals. He didn't do the...
I did do the plays. I just didn't like them.
The greatest one-set movie...
There's the singing.
And also, the greatest one-set movie of all time is 12 Angry Men. So I feel like... When you have
that's the exception that proves the rule. So.
Also, Streetcar Named Desire was an adaptation of a play.
But,
also, The Crucible had a really good adaptation, I think.
I didn't see that either.
You didn't see the fucking movie version of The Crucible?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you know what The Crucible is?
Nope.
Are you baiting me?
No, I'm not.
Ben, are you hearing this?
I also have not read The Crucible. So, also, I feel going back to the plot.
Bro, everyone knows what The Crucible is. Everyone knows what The Crucible is. Everyone's
I don't know.
everyone knows. How did you not read it? It's in fucking high school, man. How did you not read The Crucible?
I didn't read it in high school.
Well, I feel like we have to mention that Mona was an extra on the set of Giant, which was James Dean's last movie.
Was that a good movie?
I heard that Rebel Without a Cause is a good movie.
It's not
Well,
the movie.
all of his movies were good, though. Is the idea.
Was that true?
Like he wouldn't be such a legend if all his movies weren't good. Like that's the tragedy.
So, did you watch Giant?
I watched Rebel Without a Cause,
It's just
and that's
not
a good
Giant.
movie. Okay, but it's a James Dean movie.
I'm sure he was a good actor. Maybe on the level of Chris Evans. Okay, that was bait. That was bait.
No, it was bait? Really? I didn't expect that,
All right,
man.
what else? What else do we have to talk about for this movie?
I don't think we talked about how the movie handled Joanne's transition at all, which is like
That's a good point.
the whole idea behind us watching the movie.
For the 80s, it's pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if this was made today, I feel like both sides would have issues with it. But for the 80s, I would say it's better than most I would say media would have portrayed it. So
I mean, the narrative treats her sympathetically.
Yeah.
Which is already better than like every other narrative at that time. So
going back to the ending of this movie being crazy, the reason that she transitioned is because I believe, if I'm remembering it right, it's because of her mother, right? Or like the society around her saying that boys must like girls and girls must like guys. So she became a girl. I don't want to say, I might be misremembering that, but I'm pretty sure that's what the explanation is.
But I think the craziest part is that she's clearly bisexual, and so that being the reason why she transitioned is kind of strange too.
I feel like she's just gay. Like what?
Well, she clearly like has feelings for Mona throughout the movie.
I don't think so. I think she just wants Mona to like her just as like a friend. Like I don't think she has like particularly romantic feelings towards her. Like, I feel like she just wants Mona to respect her. Like before transition and after transition.
Even during like the flashbacks though, like Joanne was like talking to Mona and being like, "Run away with me, like marry me. Am I not good enough for you?"
Because she was obsessed. She, like in the movie, like, they say that Mona became deranged because of her son, but which is a different thing. But I think she was deranged from the beginning.
With her love for Jim. Yeah, but she's clearly, I think, from the start. Yeah. I mean, even in the movie, even as we see her in the very first shots of the movie, you can tell that she's deranged. Like, I immediately figured something's wrong with her. Like, I don't know what, but, like, she's not acting normally. She's not acting rationally, you know?
Yeah. But I don't think that... So, the movie itself, I would say, is weird. I know. Shocking, but...
None of us think that. None of us think that.
I don't think that. I don't think that.
You don't think that... Well, it's just the ending.
No, we're being sarcastic.
Yeah. Oh. I don't think it's weird. What?
Oh, he wasn't being sarcastic. I was being sarcastic.
Why is it
I think it's weird. I just think I just think it's peculiar. Maybe it's not weird, but it's certainly peculiar.
What the fuck does that mean?
It means weird.
How is it peculiar? Like,
it's a quaint little film.
No, stop, bro. Just like elaborate on your point.
Like, okay, so the movie, we've already expressed how the movie's like flashbacks thing make it cool, right? But it also makes it like a disjointed movie. Like it doesn't. It actually hurts the movie in a way that it's being told that way because it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But it is like unique, you know. So it's like peculiar.
Well, know if it's so much about the narrative that grabs people. I think
No,
they're
it's not
just
about the
really
narrative. I'm not talking
invested.
about the narrative. I'm talking about the narrative structure. I'm talking about the structure less than like the actual
Oh well,
plot.
I mean, okay, but still, like, it's not really about the structure. It's about
But I really like
like,
the idea that like we don't like it is like a play. Like we do not leave that diner.
yeah.
Like
Well,
there's not a lot of
it's
movies that do that.
like a general store.
Is it
It's
not
a
like a
five.
diner?
It's a five and dime.
Five and dime.
I don't know what the hell that is. I feel
I
like I
don't know
should
what
check.
that is
Yeah,
either.
we're too young for this, bro. Like none of us know.
I just like hear five and dime, and I'm just like, oh, it's like a diner.
Uh
That's what I thought.
oh, it's like a general store had cheap goods, and they
Well, like, I
most
mean,
of
yeah, they they did have a lot of cheap
I
goods.
just remember summer of '69, and they talk about
Why?
because I got my first real six string, bought it at the five and dime.
That's
okay.
that would be a
Do,
store.
do we
That would not
Yeah,
be a
I don't
diner.
know. Well, I
okay,
thought maybe they had the guitar at the diner. I don't know.
guys?
I don't know.
Do you think we have discussed this movie enough, and we can move on to the Adventures of Priscilla,
What
Queen of
about
the Desert?
James Dean though? What about James Dean though?
I mean, he's not even in the movie. He's dead. Most
But
of the movie.
the movie revolves around him and his legacy and his iconic status.
Brayden, have you seen any movies with James Dean?
No.
Neither have I. So
You guys are
you're the
fucking
only one.
stupid. You guys are fucking
Next,
stupid.
the next podcast. Ray JC movies.
All of his movies.
He doesn't have a
Um,
lot. He died when he was 25,
I know.
24.
It's so tragic. He was so young. He was only
That's all
60.
you have to
He
say.
was only 60.
He died in his
Died
He
so
died,
young.
he
He
died in his
died.
80s.
He died.
Okay.
60 years old. He
Final
was a fucking kid.
final ratings for this movie.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I also gave it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I would give it like a 6, like close, like a 7, I guess.
You do not feel peer pressure to change your rating. I know you gave it a 6.
No, we all can see the letterbox review, bro. Like maybe it's a 7. Maybe it's a 7. All right, let's move on to the next movie on the podcast schedule, which is
Which, The Adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, because it came out next. Very simple
that was the movie
reason.
that I picked to fit the theme.
Before you saw it,
I didn't see it before, and I picked it because I saw that it was about drag queens in relation to trans women, and I thought that was a really interesting topic for the time, and I knew I had to include it here.
um, there were a couple. I feel like this has more problematic things in relation to the trans representation and at the time it came out. Like, there's more stuff I feel like I can critique here. Like, in general, like there was one scene, one like conversation that was problematic in Come Back to the Diamond Dime, Jimmy Dean. But here there was like the repeated joke of just dead naming.
Yeah, like that.
That soured me a little
Yeah,
bit.
And then there's the whole mail order bride joke, which everyone was.
That joke was terrible. And I at first I was like, wow, this is just like a stupid little racist bit, but like whatever, because this will be over soon. And then it didn't stop. It just kept going. They kept
They
building
brought it
up.
back. They
I
brought
was
it back.
like, no more, no
But
more.
no, okay. That was like so, to me, that was so racist that it looped back around to just being like absurdist humor. Like,
Well,
I
it
found that
wasn't.
shit so fucking funny because of just how insanely racist it was. And I'm just like, how is it possible that the people who made this movie wrote this subplot into it and were just like, no, yeah, this is like really funny and not racist at all. Or maybe they were like, yeah, this is racist and it's funny.
Fuck it, yeah.
Like, it's just, like that. It just really intrigues me to no end, you know?
Intrigues you to no end. Yeah.
Like, it's just like objectively so racist, and it's so weird that's in this movie that was like, let's talk about acceptance and like
It's not
people
even
like
yeah.
and
It has nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
it's so antithetical to like what the whole rest of the movie is trying to do. It's like, see, it doesn't matter what your gender identity does.
Yeah.
But your race, on the other hand, as you can see.
But I think I like this movie more than you guys, so
Yes.
I think this movie, at the end of the day, is about acceptance in a world where acceptance is very rare. And I think that mail order bride racist, was she like Asian or like Hispanic, or like what was going on
I'm
there?
pretty sure she
I
was.
think she was Asian, right?
I'm pretty sure she was Asian.
There's a post-credit scene where she goes to Asia. I swear to God. Swear to
Okay,
God. I'm like
I did not see that.
99% sure.
I did
I
not
looked,
see
wasn't
that.
paying attention because I just had it running on, and then I heard like the freaking like dong bell thing, and I'm like, oh my God, bro! Like,
So I didn't. After it ended, I turned it off, and I was like, man, I hate Guy Pearce's character. That was my.
yeah, no. I agree completely. This is Guy Pearce's character is bad.
Okay, no. I think that Guy Pearce, being kind of a dickhead, just illustrates that the world can be a very hateful place, even within the LGBT community. It can be very hateful, but at the end of the day, they're all accepting of themselves and just accepting of each other.
Um, I also want to mention, how do you guys feel about a cis guy playing a trans character in Terrence Stamp?
It's fine with me. I
don't have any issues.
I don't have an issue with it.
But I feel like this goes back to the thing that we didn't talk about. We come back to the Five and Dime Jimmy Dean, which is, how did you feel about a cis woman playing a trans woman?
Again, don't
No
have any issues with that. Like,
Because
one thing is because the time period. Like, how many trans actors are you gonna find to play these trans roles? Really, like, not that many. Like, I know The Crying Game had a trans actor playing a trans character, but those are just like rare. Like, even nowadays, it's like kind of rare. But I think, like, in general, your identity, at least in terms of like your gender and your sexuality, shouldn't be limiting you as to, like, what roles you can play. Like, I don't think a gay actor can only play gay roles. I don't think straight actors can only play straight roles. Like, playing gay as a straight actor and straight as a gay actor, like, that's completely fine. And I don't see why it can't be the same with, like, cis actors playing trans people and trans actors playing cis people. Like, trans actors can play cis people. Like, I don't think that's, like, out of the realm of possibility.
The issue with it just becomes that for a lot of people is out of the realm of possibility.
Like, I think, like, I remember, like, a while ago, like, Hunter Schafer, she, like, said, like, she doesn't want to be pigeonholed into trans roles just because she's a trans woman. Like, she wants to, like, just be a woman rather than just be a trans woman,
Yeah, she played in a Battle of the Songbirds and Snakes. She played a. I didn't. This is before I learned that she was trans. I had no way of knowing that she was trans because she transitioned very well, and it just shows, like, you don't. You can play whatever role you need to play.
She played a cis woman in the movie?
Yeah, she did.
I didn't see it. Yeah. Like, see, like, you can, like, trans people can play cis people.
And
I think it's more like the industry.
Also, she's, like, hot as fuck. Like, she's, like, so fucking beautiful and hot. Like,
I mean, yeah.
Look. No, but I completely agree. But, like, I feel like there's also the fact that it needs to be put in the. I feel like both cases need to be put in the context of when the movies came out, in the sense that if an actor or actress came out as trans in the 90s, they're probably going to be blacklisted.
Yeah, they're probably not going to have a career.
And the fact that that movie did come out and had a pot, like, we watched all three movies, most, I would say, had a positive, basically like people are people kind of message. They weren't like
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, there's a lot of movies, especially early on, that had very negative representation and were pretty bad as a whole.
And even movies that like had like some level of like some level of queerness to them, that like element of the movies was like downplayed.
Well, I mean, if we're gonna talk
Like
about old movies that
like they just didn't want queerness to be a thing that was accepted in the mainstream.
well, I feel like a movie that that could have been watched here, but we didn't watch it was Some Like It Hot. That movie's like has two men.
That movie plays with gender like more than some movies do now.
And it isn't negative at all. There's no like.
Not negative at all.
It's great. That's a movie that.
And it's absolutely fucking hilarious.
Gotta say, best line in cinema is "Nobody's perfect."
Yeah, that's like the best like closing line to any movie ever, man.
I still haven't watched it.
Oh yeah, we know you haven't watched it. You're sitting there like.
Been like, yeah.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, I'm sure you guys are right.
Yeah.
Well, after done recording, you watch it. You go and watch it. I'm telling you.
Blue Beetle's calling my name, bro. I can't lie.
Blue Beetle, really? Why Blue Beetle? Why Blue Beetle?
I'm watching through the DCU, like whatever is currently of the DC. I'm a big comic book fan, if you couldn't tell.
He's a shill.
Whatever.
He's a shill.
I'm not as
Okay.
chill. I'm not getting paid yet.
Okay, well, I'm just saying this.
Back to Priscilla.
Priscilla is the name of the bus.
Yeah,
Yes.
Priscilla's name of bus.
A lot of people don't realize that, even when they watch it.
One thing about the movie, it's a road movie, and just as a general rule, I really enjoy road movies. Like, I like movies where the characters travel long distances and the road's rocky. It's not all sunshines and rainbows.
It's honestly
it's like the purest form of like development. Like, it's a literal journey. Like, it's a literal journey.
What's your thoughts on Diary of a Wimpy Kid: The Long Haul?
I haven't seen it, and I don't intend to. But I feel like, in my opinion, this movie was a worse version of Little Miss Sunshine. Don't at me.
That's not. They're not even remotely the same.
They're
both road movies, and
they're both road movies. Yeah. See.
That's it. But this movie came out before Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah.
It inspired Little Miss Sunshine. I still didn't watch that either.
Bryson doesn't watch anything, man. Like, he just doesn't want.
Like, the most. The reason that these movies were picked was because they are very obscure, but because Brayden hasn't seen many movies, he hasn't seen, I would say, more popular movies that are similar. For example, he hasn't seen The Godfather Part 3. Not that I'm... You have?
I have.
Oh, well, whatever.
Because he watched them all, like, at the same time, basically.
I watched them in, like, a supercut, and it was, like, 10 hours long.
Yeah, like...
Why?
Why not?
Okay, you brought up Little Miss Sunshine. If we're gonna make a connection to another road movie, it has to be Tu Mamá También, because that is... that's... Brayden, we literally watched it together!
What?
Yes! We watched it together!
We did watch that movie!
You liked it! You literally liked it!
Movie. Oh, thank God. No, I actually completely zoned out. You said something.
I just remembered that movie that I think is better. And that's Once Upon a Time in America.
But yeah, that Tu Mamá También is also a road movie about self-discovery and self-acceptance and queerness. So if you're gonna bring up a friggin' movie to compare Priscilla to, should be that.
After Priscilla, right? Like fairly after, like early 2000s.
Yeah. I think it was like 2001. Oh
Okay.
one.
Thing is,
We should talk about that movie.
I can't. I don't think I could. I don't think I can recommend this movie because of the mail order bride scenes.
Absolutely recommend this movie. I absolutely recommend this movie.
The mail order bride scene is just so offensive. Like,
Also, the acting is very good. The acting's really
Yeah,
good.
like the
Hugo
reason
Weaving's
why
great. Guy Pearce is great. Terrence Stamp is great.
I literally went up to like my mom and I was like, "Yo, like I need to see Hugo Weaving as like a drag queen more in movies." And she was like, "Brayden, what the hell are you talking about?"
No,
And I was
no,
like,
I think Guy Pearce
"This is the shit."
really looked way too good. Like he actually looked way too good.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
actually looked way too good as a drag. Like
Yeah,
I was
true,
low key
true.
thinking he was a woman. Like I was low
Lucky
key thinking
though.
he was a woman.
Wait. But that's part of like the charm of this movie almost. Like the relationship between trans women and drag queens, like the differences between them and the similarities and how they differ and how they are alike. To like the movie that's a huge topic of the movie, you
Yeah,
know? Um, for what it's worth, like I think it actually doesn't do a bad job at discerning the two. There's a lot of talk even now about like people believe that trans women and drag queens are the same because they're really stupid. And like this, just showing them this movie alone would at least give you a sort of like
how kind, Brayden? How kind?
it would give you
Because they're stupid.
well because they're not the same. Even watching a movie like this, you can see that they're not the same because like um I don't remember any of the characters' names. Hold on, let me pull up a little bit.
When you watch
Um,
a full,
yeah, so like Bernadette, right? Bernadette's the trans woman. Like she lives her life day in, day out as a woman, right? Like that's what she does. Whereas, Hugo and Guy Pearce's characters, like they only do it out in like a performance sort of sense. And
yeah.
that idea of like I mean it's powerful both ways. Like I don't want to take anything away from drag queens, but like it's crazy to think about how like much they differ when you see them not performing. Like they differ completely. Like they present differently, they act differently.
Mm,
Hugo Weaving's character is much more like sympathetic towards Bernadette, but like at the same time, like I feel like Guy Pearce's character isn't well received today, but I think even back then he would still be seen as far more sympathetic than the average person just because he's like going on a road trip with like a trans woman,
right.
which is interesting.
and like,
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead naming her for, like the same way that we make jokes at one another, which means like it's a bad joke, but he
Yeah, like
doesn't.
it's what I can say is that it wasn't made with malicious intent, but like it is made to like poke fun at somebody, which can cause bad things anyway. Like it's an asshole thing to do, but it's not an
Yeah.
evil thing to do, which there is a difference. Um,
Asshole.
Also, like Bernadette wouldn't be traveling with him if she wasn't comfortable traveling with him. Probably, like we have to
Also,
Right.
also assume that that would probably happen
I,
too.
um, now I feel like we also should mention how the hell they got tanning bed on the bus.
Uh.
Like, there's a tanning
Uh.
bed in the bus.
That what we should be focusing on?
Yeah, that's actually the number one thing I thought about when I was watching this movie.
Well, I
Was
feel
like,
like it's just like everything else makes some sense, but like, where did they get the power for it? How did they get it in there? Like, these are the real questions we should be asking about this movie.
or we could talk about the acceptance story at the end of this. That ties in with the rest of the themes of the things we've been talking about here.
I think. Yeah. Well. Yeah. The thing is that like I feel like Guy Pearce's character thinks it's okay to dead name Bernadette because I mean he has his own like self hatred type thing. Like
Oh, I
Also,
wasn't
that
even thinking about
internalized
that. I
homophobia.
was talking
And
about like how
also
the
considering like Hugo Weaving's character has a wife or had a wife.
yeah, I was thinking more about how
Like
like
more
Hugo
self
Weaving
hatred
legit has a
there.
kid. Like Hugo Weaving like legit has a kid in this movie, and the kid's like, yeah, like it's chill that you're gay.
Yeah,
Also,
like it's
also
still
your
that
wife's
you
gay.
like dress like a
Also, your
woman.
wife's gay.
um, can we also bring up the fact that they subverted the whole people are only gay because they get traumatized in life. Um, and
Yeah.
it's just because Guy Pearce's character, like his uncle was gonna try to get him to, I don't know, jerk him off, and instead he got his ball stuck in the drain, which is just.
Whoops.
No, yeah,
I mean, I
it's
would
like
still
no,
argue,
he's gay because he's gay, man.
I mean, I'd still argue that would be sort of a traumatic event, but like his character also makes the most of it. Like even as a kid, like he like laughs, like he finds it funny, and he finds it hilarious that guy like deserved
Also, there's
comeuppance
the
immediately.
scene. Also, there's a scene where he almost gets,
Killed, beat up by a bunch of like homophobic bikers or whatever.
Well, I wouldn't say beat up or killed. I don't think
Uh,
that was the implication, but
yeah, it's a bad thing. Yeah, yeah,
Bad.
it's a bad
Yes.
thing.
it rhymes with great.
No.
It rhymes with great.
Grape soda. This episode is sponsored by Fanta. Most importantly, grape Fanta.
Grape Fanta. We
Yeah,
all
got
love
grape
grape
Fanta.
Fanta.
I
We're
love
all
Fanta.
grapists. We're all grapists.
For Great Fanta. Great Fanta. Brilliant. Great job. All right. Let's move on to the final ratings. I'll start.
I'm pretty sure I give this a 3.5.
I won't start.
Oh,
I
I
won't
started.
actually start. I won't actually start. Never mind.
I give it a 3.5.
I might as well go last. I might as well go last.
Oh, so we're doing out of 5 now?
Well, I give it
Yeah,
a 7.
yeah.
I give it a 7. Okay, I give it a 7.
Yeah, I gave it an 8.
And I gave it a 6. Which is funny because I picked it. But
Yeah.
There's no plot.
Okay.
there's no plot. There's no plot.
We'll talk about the last movie and the only foreign language movie here.
The Godfather.
The
Tokyo
Godfather
God-
Part 3. Oh.
Tokyo
I
Godfathers.
also think it's the best movie here.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot. It's about a found family, and who doesn't love a good found family?
Christmas movie. It's a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie. Yeah.
Merry early Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas in July.
Christmas in July.
Happy Pride Month. Happy Pride
Happy
Month.
Pride Month.
Happy Disability Awareness Month.
Happy Gay
Because that's the
Wrath
month that we're in.
They call it Gay Wrath Month.
No, we call it Disability Awareness Month.
And Disability Awareness.
Not and. That's.
Well,
anyway.
So it's about what would you say? It's about 3 or is it about 4?
3 homeless people
and a baby.
And a baby.
Who could be homeless, but we don't know yet.
What do you mean could be homeless? The baby's
like
the baby's not
homeless. It's kind of homeless.
Well, the baby is not homeless.
The baby's kind of homeless. I mean, there's no home.
Every single thing, and the best part of this movie is that all 3 characters are likable in their own way, and
they're all likable. They all like each other.
They're all good people.
Even if the old homeless guy says the F slur a lot.
No, he's still a good person. It's not fair. The media has it up for him.
So, well, I think it's important to note that this movie was directed by Satoshi Kon.
Yes,
Which I didn't know him at all. Like this was maybe my second movie because I watched Paprika, right?
You watched Paprika, yes.
So,
but he also made Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue.
He made
Millennium
Actress.
Yeah.
He made a show.
Yeah, which I haven't seen. I think it's called Paranoia Agent.
It is called Paranoia Agent. Yes, that you saying that made me remember it.
I do think that this film like feels a lot like Paprika. Like when I was watching, I was like, "Oh yeah, it's Paprika a little bit," and then I didn't know after the fact, but I was like, "Oh yeah, it's the same director."
Interesting. The movie is more realistic than his other ones, but it still feels like it doesn't feel fully real. It doesn't feel like
it's definitely
a fully
real. Yeah.
like, and I think one of the reasons is so it's a Christmas movie. So Christmas movies tend to have an aura around them, an aura of fantastical events occurring and miracles and stuff like that. And I think this movie at its core is about, miracles and how beautiful they can be.
Like the homeless old guy who wins the lottery but dies and gives the lottery ticket to the 3 homeless people.
Yeah. And also, like the tall homeless dude, like is about to fall, right? And then boom, wind blows the bitch up and saves the day. Like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And like
Well,
the fact that they found the baby itself is complete and utter coincidence.
but there's also just the fact that they returned the baby to the wrong person, which was just like
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
it feels like the plot is just contrived, but that's like the idea. The idea is that like these seemingly random things happen in like the perfect way.
and every single person finds some like talk is able to meet up with someone from the past and like get closure in some way.
Yeah.
My favorite part of the
Um,
movie was when they like that place got like shot. See, like I was like, yo, action, yo.
I personally liked the part where the homeless old guy had a conversation with his daughter. I thought that was very heartfelt.
That I think that was the most like impactful scene in the movie.
Yeah,
No,
like
yeah, yeah,
For
it
sure.
was.
um,
I
and
just like
like
when I just like when guns get shot.
wow, how woke of you.
Action.
You five?
Uh,
Like, but no, the
Just go, man. Just go. Just go.
I just think that we got some nice stuff here.
Yeah.
In the end, they really do get to become the Tokyo Godfathers, which I feel like it's just like
that was absolute chills right there.
uh,
Yeah, I
the real
literally
Tokyo.
Like full
I,
body
s-
chills.
I stood up and started clapping, bro. And if you know me, you know I actually probably did stand up and start
You already
clapping.
did. You probably did. You actually probably did.
Um,
I did that.
no, seriously. The real Tokyo Godfathers was the friends we made along the way. Type
Literally,
shit.
literally, 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 literally.
Also, it didn't just because it was Christmas movie didn't mean it couldn't be like incredibly dark at times. Like
It was dark. It was pretty dark.
Like Ben,
Like
like Ben's screen
homeless
right
dude
now.
got beat the fuck up.
dead homeless dude, already dead homeless dude got beat up too.
Yeah, like
Um,
that's fucked up, man.
then there was the whole scene, which I think was just funny in retrospect, of the older homeless guy, gets beat up, and then he sees an angel, and it's just a person in drag.
Yeah, just the prison in drag. Yeah.
Which I think is like there were just so many good bits in the movie.
It's a great part where like that same old guy is like being carted off because he's like dead, and then like they go up to him and they're like, "He's dead!"
Yeah,
Like
I think he's
wasn't him. They're
dead,
like, "Oh
and
yeah, wrong
then
dead
was.
body." They ran away.
um,
Oh god, it's so stupid.
but also just like
I didn't think the movie was that funny. Am I gonna
It's
get like
absurdist. It
shot
kind of is
for that?
absurdist in some ways.
Am I gonna get like killed for that? I didn't think the movie was that funny, despite me liking it a lot. I mean, I just wasn't in it for the humor, you know.
well, I think therefore I am. But in all seriousness,
Yeah, no, yeah, true.
uh, uh, I think it really is about it's a comment on the human experience. That's what this movie is, a commentary on the human experience, and also a commentary on the fact that in Japan, homeless people are looked down upon, and it's
Oh
like a
yeah,
whole movie
no,
about like
that's
putting it
Japan,
yeah.
not just in Japan.
like especially in Japan, but like
No, it's
everywhere.
a big problem in Japan.
Yeah,
Like
It's a movie that's about a lot of things. It's about like a child who runs away from home because she stabs her dad.
whoops.
Because her cat ran away, which is just like because she thinks that her parents gave it away, and so she stabs her dad. And then there's the older guy who runs away from home because he has gambling debts. And he claims he's this great bicycle racer, but he owns a bicycle shop.
yeah.
He owns
I
the
mean, he was
five
good
dime
on that damn
bicycles.
bike. He was good on that damn bike though. Like,
He owns
Okay,
the
but,
five and dime of bicycles.
Honestly,
Yeah, say it again. Say it one more time. Say it one
He
more
owns the
time.
five. Like just like Jimmy Dean. Just keep doing it.
that's a Jimmy Dean reference. That's a Jimmy Dean reference. Give me more.
I also like the scene where the youngest one, she ends up getting taken hostage by that assassin dude. There's like an
Dude, I
assassin in the
love that
movie, which
shit,
is
bro.
like
That's what I'm talking about.
Like,
so
I
she's
love
taken
that.
hostage, but that allows her to get her closure with some random woman that she doesn't know. They don't even speak the same language, but she is still she's still able to have that just connection with someone.
I also think it's very funny how she gets kidnapped and then they go and they meet up with like the kidnapper's like wife and then they just leave and it's never brought up again. Like this like assassin who fails, by the way, just leaves the movie and it's
Sometimes
not.
assassination attempts fail, bro. Like, what are you talking
It's
about?
also
Like,
it's never brought up again. I mean, they bring up like some small things like, oh
Assassin's
yeah,
wife was hot as fuck, bro.
what?
what, like what?
What?
All right,
But
moving on.
um,
I'm sorry, I just came back from the bathroom. What?
so I feel like we're beating around the bush of trans representation in this movie. Now,
Yes, we are.
it's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
I think it's actually kind of cool though that it's just like fine because like it's not like regressive.
I think
I
she's
wouldn't
the butt.
say.
I think Hannah is just the butt of the joke too many times.
And also
Maybe.
Like that's
I
one of the reasons why the movie wasn't that funny to me because some of the jokes were just like, no, she's like a dude, I guess she's a woman. It's like
Also, she
okay,
also portrays herself as that too. Like she says it many times throughout the movie too.
it's also just the fact that she is able to look as much as a woman as she possibly can. She's not able to like have like a surgery or anything. She's not able to have like estrogen or anything. You know,
Yeah.
like it's realistic in that way. You know what I mean? As
but
well
like again, at the end of the day, it's ultimately just like sympathetic. So I can't really fault the movie for it.
Yeah,
like
it's not like trying to portray trans women as like evil, which we
So
see a
it's not like
lot
she's like a
in.
freak or anything.
Yeah, it's and no one really even treats her like that either. Like I know that the older guy like keeps calling her the F slur, but like that's not. He's kind of just doing it the same way that Guy Pearce was like dead naming Bernadette throughout that whole movie. It was the same sort of thing, except one's a slur and one's a dead name, and so the slur is a little bit worse. And by a
Like
little bit, I mean a lot of it.
they're
But like,
such close friends that they can do that.
yeah,
it's like you know. I was gonna say something. It would be like there's always something I say in a podcast that's bad, and I've managed to avoid it so far, and I'm gonna make sure I avoid it this time. But
all right, cool.
yeah, well, I was just gonna say it's like you know when you know you know what I'm talking about.
No.
Will we all
Okay,
make fun of John? Will we all make fun of John?
it's like when you know
It's like what, Ben?
it's like when you know uh
Go on.
Go on,
two
spit
black
out.
I don't know what
two
you're.
black guys call each other the N-word. You know, it's like that kind of thing. You know, it's like
Oh, there it is.
I
There it is.
was not
No,
thinking that. I was
that's not what
not
I
even
thought you were
thinking
gonna
that.
say.
I was not.
No,
Dude,
get this guy out of here, bro. He's canceled. He's
there's
canceled.
no. Oh my
He's
god.
canceled. He's canceled. That is.
Like we're
That is.
canceled on our first episode.
All right, wait,
We're
everyone, do
canceled
the
on the
apology.
first
Do the
one.
apology. Do the apology.
listen, okay,
Why do I have to apologize? What I
I'm,
do?
I'm sorry.
What are you calling me for?
I'm sorry. I made a bad joke on a podcast.
You made a severe and continuous lapse in your
Lapse of judgment.
judgment.
And I'm gonna grab my ukulele real quick and I'll film an apology video.
Okay, you do
Um,
that. We'll wrap it up. You do that.
no, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh,
Still, listen. All right, that was a bad joke, but not as bad as Guy Pearce dead naming the whole movie.
that's true.
All
Yeah.
right, back to the movie. I like found family, chosen family narratives. I think they're very heartwarming. I think they're wholesome 100. You know, wholesome 1,000 even maybe. Who's to say?
Hold on. He's got a wholesome.
I think it's a little.
He's got
I
a
think it's.
breathtaking. Hold on.
I think it's interesting how when the young girl was with her family, she was fat, and then when she was homeless, she lost weight. That's true. If you go back to the one scene with the flashback, she's
Ben
noticeable.
canceled again.
I'm not joking. I am not joking. There's a distinct difference in her weight in between those two scenes.
How do you
notice
notice these things? Yeah, what?
How do you even notice that?
I was paying attention.
I was paying attention too. I didn't notice her fucking weight. Why would you like care that much about a woman's weight, bro? Like,
Wait,
I'm just saying
Wait
it
a
was an
minute.
interesting detail.
She lost 10 pounds. And stuff analyzed.
Literally, bro. Like,
Wait.
we can't like zoom in. You just like pause. Like, wait, rewind. Go back. What?
Well, her
Something's not
body
right.
fat was less percentage of her body. Interesting. And that does say
It's almost like she's
you'd be
fucking homeless. It's almost like she's fucking homeless and can't afford food.
That's why I said it was
Ben.
an interesting detail.
No, it's interesting. You're right. That is, you picked it out, and none of us did, and it is interesting. And they definitely meant for you to find it. That's why none of us noticed it, and you did.
Well, I'm just saying. Okay, like this is like
You're going back to the stage. I can see it in your glasses.
like okay, you can see it there. That's what she looks like in the flashback, and that's what she looks like. It's noticeably different.
Bro, we don't care.
We believe you, bro. We believe you.
We believe you. We're not saying you're lying. We're just saying like.
It was something I picked
Successful
up.
rage bait. Successful rage bait. Successful rage bait.
Rage bait? Why are you guys rage baiting me on my own podcast, man?
On your own. It's our podcast, bro. You gave us shared custody, bro.
I'm just a guest, bro.
Yeah, you're the guest. That's why you're in the title card. Yep.
Title. We don't have a title card. We don't even have a title.
Well, I don't know.
We don't have a name yet.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, it's gonna be that time. So let's cast our final ratings for the movie, and then we will.
I think I gave it a 4. I mean, an 8 out of 10. 4 out of 5.
I also gave it an 8.
I gave it a 9. So we're all fairly in agreement there. I was a little bit higher, but I really like it. I don't know.
It was the best.
Okay, what are we watching next?
So I don't
fucking
really know. Yeah, just know. It's like
I don't fucking know. What?
no one knew you were about to
Like-
say that. Like we thought we'd just close out the
Yeah,
podcast. That was just yeah.
Oh,
everybody just-
okay, well, I'm just saying. What movie do you guys want? What movie do you recommend? Do you
I
each
don't-
recommend?
like
each
like
recommend
a showcase. Like we don't watch these, but we just like tell people which movies we think they should watch.
Yeah.
Okay. I want y'all to watch. That's all.
Superman.
Superman! It comes out
Watch
theaters
Superman.
Friday, July 11th.
Friday, July 11th.
I want you to look up. I want you to look up.
I looked up.
Yeah,
Hey,
look
Gustavo,
at
it says Gullible on the ceiling.
It's a bird.
It's a
Dogs
plane.
out. Dogs out,
It's
Gustavo.
Crypto.
Superman.
No, I'm not actually trolling. Like, go see the Superman movie, or else I'm gonna combust. Okay.
Go see Mathregan 2.0.
Like, what is
The
that?
whole PC go, bro. Mathregan.
All right, that's what
Mr.
Gustavo recommends. What Ben? What are you recommending?
Mathregan, yeah, Mathregan 2.0.
Oh,
I'm
you talking about
recommending-
Megan, bro. You talking about Megan, bro.
Mathregan, yeah, Mathregan.
Mathregan 2.0.
It's called Mathregan.
I gotta recommend the classic movie, the Emoji Movie. So
Oh, so we have
You
one
know, I
series
saw that in
one,
theaters.
and then 2. Well, you did?
Yeah, with my
Oh my god.
no, in all honesty,
opening day.
I recommend
Opening day.
I recommend
No
Magnolia.
one was in
because
the
it is-
theater. No one was in the theater.
Magnolia.
Magnolia.
I'm not saying that Magnolia isn't a bad movie. I'm saying why are we recommending it now? Like, why
because
right now?
because it's one of my favorite movies.
We
I like
should
it.
watch it. We should watch it.
Okay, I'd like to throw Jurassic World Rebirth in
No.
in light
No.
of that.
It's terrible.
Yeah, we all want to see more dinosaur action with no plot and substance. Yes.
I love
Okay,
my.
you know what? My real recommendation is
Myth 3D
28
one.
Days Later because 28 Years Later is out in theaters. So
Wait, what about
Wow.
28 weeks later?
It's bad.
That's not good. So don't watch it.
But you
Just
have to
skip
watch it because it's the second movie in the trilogy.
No.
You really, if you don't, okay. Well, I feel like we should close this up by saying one thing, and that is, have a good life.
Have a happy,
You should have a good
have
life.
have a holly jolly Christmas.
Make sure to watch movies in cinemas.
Christmas,
All right,
just a
We
week
want you-
away.
we want you to watch movies in theaters. Don't support streaming services. And finally, last but not least,
Pirate everything.
yeah, all right. I'm
Last
actually gonna. We do not endorse that. Actually,
Gustavo,
We.
we do not endorse that.
you know what? Go to jail.
No.
All right, and that's the end of the podcast. I hope you guys did enjoy it.
So
If
what's
you
the
did,
wait? What's the
please
third
like,
one? What was the third
comment
one?
down below. There's no third one, bro. I lost count.
No,
like-
you said
No,
watch
no. Make
movies in
sure to
theaters.
like,
You
subscribe.
said don't support streaming
comment.
services. What was the third one?
And buy locally.
Yeah.
Buy what locally?
Buy local produce.
Buy
Local
locally.
produce.
Buy locally.
Go to your local Barnes and Noble and
Buy the
get
movies. There.
movies that they have on Criterion there.
Yep.
I
And if you don't, I will know.
I think the sale is still going on. I think the Criterion summer sale is still going
All
on.
right, buy games on Steam and nowhere else.
Yeah.
Don't buy
Not
games on
Epic
Steam.
Games. Do not buy Epic Games games. Okay.
Buy Hearthstone.
They don't know what
Fuck,
that is.
fuck Hearthstone.
Buy
Playable
Heartbound. By Pirate Software. He's not at all problematic at all.
I highly recommend CP. I highly recommend CP.
Cyberpunk 2077, right?
Cyberpunk 2077. I recommend it.
All right. You know what? Let's wrap this up. And I'm just gonna say thanks for watching. If you like it, please subscribe.
What the fuck is that?
What the heck was that? Like, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for the podcast. If you liked, make sure to hit the like
No,
button. If you
this is
hated
gonna.
it- Oh,
No, we're gonna do it for the podcast. Be sure to smash that dislike button, comment,
Oh, wait.
kill yourselves, all three of you. You guys are fucking woke. We all hate movies. We're all gonna pirate movies. We're not gonna give any movies money.
Oh.
That's it. That's all. That's all.
And that's enough for me. Yeah, all right, let's wrap it up. All right, bye, everybody. Peace.
Bye.